So yesterday we provided 10 value picks yesterday on the channel and insights about them, to guide you to create winning sleeps easily. And you will see how that goes really shortly. Before that happens, also we had in the So You Think You Can Pawn section of the show yesterday, we had a winner. And I'm sure by now you guys have seen that we have, let everyone have, that premium subscription tip for today. So congratulations to him in advance. We will talk about that much later in the video, and then we look at reviews for yesterday, and as well as 10 more value picks for you guys today to be able to do what you need to do on the Daily Football Prediction Podcast show. So welcome back, guys. My name is Huka, and I will be your humble host on this Daily Football Prediction Podcast show. Why we set up this channel is to help you guys be able to make better informed decisions, with the tips that we provide for you guys every single day. So as I said yesterday, we had 10 sporting events that we provided for you guys, and 5 of those were successful actually, and 5 of them lost. But we're talking about high value picks, where if you just take 2 of those, and you should be good for the day. So today we have more of those for you guys. But before that, let's look at what happened yesterday really quickly. Now let's look at that. Okay, so the first sporting event we have is the game between, or was the game between, Zwolle and Twente, and we expected both teams to score at 1.67, but that didn't pan out that way. Only Zwolle was able to score. But I talked about taking advantage of these high picks and maybe just giving the away team to score as a safe way to play that. And fortunately that was the case there. Everybody expected Twente to win yesterday, but they didn't even score. But the home team did, and the inside said something about that, upsetting their opponents basically. So that really played out yesterday. The next sporting event we had was between Ajax and Telstar, and we went for over 3.5 goals to be scored there at 1.87, but that one ended in a 2-0 scoreline. Kind of one of those crazy ones there, but if you did play that safe, I believe you should have been able to get something from that. Ajax win at over 1.5, Ajax to score 2 goals, and all that, just there's a way, different ways you can use that to your advantage. Next sporting event was between Bochum and Ellsberg, and this one was over 2.5 goals. We picked over 2.5 goals at 1.68, and that one ended a 2-0 scoreline, as you can see. But then again, over 2.5 was our peak, but if you went for over 1.5 goals, it went well. There was a red card in this sporting event. I'm talking about factors that kind of affect the outcome of what we predict. Maybe if they didn't have a red card, that would have checked out yesterday. Who knows? But then again, it is what it is. The next sporting event was between Aberdeen and Celtic, and we had over under 3.5 goals to be seen in that one at 1.75. If you're a fan of unders, that should have been very nice for you. That one ended in a 0-2 scoreline in favor of Aberdeen, Celtic rather. And next sporting event we had was between AIK and Djurgården. Another under 2.5 goals was the prediction in that one, and it ended 0-0, that one at 1.53. That sporting event. The next one we had was one we asked you guys to provide your correct scores about in the comment section, in the So You Think You Can Pawn section, between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. And that one ended in a 2-2 scoreline, and we had a winner. Basically, he got that correct score right. That's 1.64. That was a prize for that one. Next sporting event was between Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday. Went for a 2-goal advantage in favor of the home team, expecting them to be able to win by a 2-goal margin. But that didn't happen, where Sheffield scored first, Chaluba to be exact, and then Leicester had to fight back to win that one yesterday. Quite dramatic turnout of events. But then again, what have we learned from this one? Because we talk about our losses being lessons on the channel. We learned that Leicester might be having defensive issues. Let's see how it goes as the season progresses with different opponents that they face. But we know that Sheffield Wednesday had issues of their own yesterday and really expected to be blown out of the park, but that was not the case yesterday. So that was a statement from both teams yesterday. What did you learn from that? Next sporting event we had was between Brøndby and Vejle, and we expected the home team to win at 1.66, or then 2-1 was the final scoreline in that sporting event. That one came through for us. The next sporting event we had was the game between Sandefjord and Viking, and went for over 3.5 goals in this one. And that one ended in a 1-2 scoreline in favor of the away side Viking. So over 2.5 goals was, one of, if you did play safe there, you had something in that one. And then the final sporting event we had was between Braga and Tondela. We expected Braga to be able to win in that one, and that came out successful basically at 1.44 odd. Speaking of this particular sport, this was the last sporting event in our Telegram community, because we do post live tips there. So, guys, if you want to join, like we talked about, a community of savvy sports traders, it has begun. We do that on Telegram, but we will be moving that soon. But before that happens, make sure to come through and enjoy, what we do there on the live section in the Telegram community. You can find that link, in our bio, basically, or our page, basically channel page. You can find that there, and make sure to also register with Mega Parry, to get up to 200% deposit on your first deposit when you register with them, especially with the promo code that FOPS or the link we've left in our profile. That will help you get that 200%. And then you head back here, like I said earlier, and then you have odds that are huge to help you meet the criteria for your bonus. And then you have insights about them also to help you know which ones to go with, to pick basically at the end of the day. Okay, so that's how that can work for you guys. All right. So moving on to today's sporting events, but let's look at what happened in the So You Think You Can Punt section yesterday. We provided that sporting event for you guys to provide the correct scores about it. Comment section, the game between Crystal Palace and Liverpool from the Community Shield. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Shout out to you, bro. Big shout out to you, bro, for getting that one correctly. You have just won yourself a 1 month free premium subscription with us for getting that correct score right. All right, guys. So shout out to Mega Parry for sponsoring this segment of the show. Also, this one was sponsored by them. So today we have another sporting event for you guys. Yesterday's sporting event ended in a 2-2 scoreline, rather, as you saw, basically, as we went through the results, went through school, more like. Okay, so that will be class for us basically every day before we go doing what we do next. So today we have another sporting event for you guys to try your hands on, and very interesting sporting event today between HJK and Alves. So we're expecting you guys to tell us what the correct score will be in that sporting event in the comment section, while we leave insights for you about that sporting event much further as you go watching this video. Okay, guys, so let's look at that and see what your correct score predictions are as far as that sporting event is concerned. Leave that in the comment section and stand the chance to win 1 month free premium subscription with us, and carve out open, blow out open the premium tips for the next day, which we have done now. You have for the winner, that person that won. So we've left that open. You can find that on your screen now. That should appear on your screen now. Okay, so you could go check that out. Okay, good luck with that and stick wise. Moving on to today's sporting event, we have 10 of those as always. And let's get right into the business for the day real quick. So the first sporting event we have is the game between South Africa and Guinea, and here's insight about that sporting event for those who will be looking to back it today.
Monday in Kampala, it's South Africa versus Guinea at the African Nations Championship, and recent form suggests this could be a tight one. Context and stakes. It's just the third meeting between these two nations, and the head-to-head history has been close. South Africa are coming off a 1-1 draw with Algeria, while Guinea need to bounce back after a 3-0 loss to host Uganda. Stats and trends. Neither side has been lighting up the scoreboard lately, and with both desperate for points in the group stage, expect a cautious approach. Prediction. We are calling this a low-scoring battle.
So given the report that we have there, we'll be going with under 2.5 goals to be seen in that one today at another 1.44. Next sporting event we have is the one we asked you to provide the correct scores about in the comment section between HJK Helsinki and Alves. And we're going with, it's a little bit, but here's the situation of that sporting event for those who want to participate in that, of course, and who want to back that sporting event today.
Two of Vicos Liga's top 4 teams, HJK and Ilves, face off at the Boat Arena on Monday in a crucial battle for the league title. Context and stakes. Ilves sit just 4 points behind league leaders Inter, while HJK have slipped out of the top 3 and cannot afford to drop any more points. Both teams were recently knocked out of the UEFA Conference League. Stats and trends. Ilves are in strong form, unbeaten in their last 5 league matches, 3 wins, 2 draws, and haven't lost in their last 5 away games. They also hold a psychological edge, having won the last 3 head-to-head matches against HJK. Prediction. Expect a competitive match with Ilves carrying momentum and confidence, making them the team to watch on Monday.
So given that report that we have there, what do you think the correct score will be in that one? Leave that in the comment section. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. And on our end, we think that the away side should be able to win or draw in this sporting event today, and that's priced at another 1.51, and that's what we're going with in that one. Next sporting event we have is between QB and Randers. Okay, and here's a situation report about that sporting event for those who will be looking to back it today.
Runners FC look to end their 6-game winless streak against OB on Monday and have a chance to top the Danish Superliga table. Context and stakes. Runners are second in the league, just behind FC Copenhagen, but even a win won't see them overtake the leaders if Copenhagen also win. OB have been inconsistent in their first 3 games and currently sit mid-table. Stats and trends. Runners remain unbeaten this season and have scored in every match so far, though their attack hasn't been clinical. OB have been more adventurous offensively, scoring 6 goals in their first 2 games. The two teams have also seen OB remain unbeaten in the last 6 head-to-head encounters. Prediction. Expect both teams to score in what should be a competitive and entertaining clash on Monday.
Have there, we believe that, both teams should be able to score in this sporting event today, and that's what we're going with at another 1.59. So that's our peak in that sporting event. Next is the game between Gaius and IFK Göteborg, and here's the situation report about this one for those who want to back this sporting event today.
Monday's Allsvenskan City derby at Gamla Ullevi sees GIS hosting IFK Göteborg in a battle for European qualification. Context and stakes. With just 4 points separating them, GIS aim to extend their climb toward Europe, while Göteborg look to revive their push for a top 3 finish. Stats and trends. GIS are in stunning form, unbeaten in 11 league matches with 7 wins, and have a strong home record against Göteborg, winning 3 of their last 4 meetings at Gamla Ullevi. Göteborg's defensive woes are evident, conceding 7 goals in their last 3 away games, while GIS's attack has been explosive, scoring 3 or more goals in 5 of their last 7 matches. Prediction. GIS have the momentum and home advantage to secure a vital win and keep their European hopes alive.
Given that we have there, we think that the home side should be able to win this one today, if you ask us. And for more value, we've gone with that, and that's priced at under of 2.10. It's 2 odds to be exact. Very, very huge one, massive odd right there. All right, guys. So next sporting event we have is between Elfsborg and Värnamo, and has a situation report about this one for those who will be looking to back it today.
Borås Arena host an Allsvenskan showdown Monday as Elfsborg take on struggling IFK Värnamo. Context and stakes. Elfsborg sit third and push for the title, while Värnamo are deep in the relegation zone at 16th. Despite the standings, recent clashes have been competitive, with Elfsborg failing to beat Värnamo in their last 3 meetings. Stats and trends. Elfsborg boast strong home form, while Värnamo have struggled on the road this season, adding extra pressure for the visitors. Prediction. Expect a tight and high-stakes battle, but Elfsborg should have enough to claim the win at home.
Given the report that we have there, we think that the home side should be able to win in this sporting event today, and that's exactly what we're going with, in that one, and it's priced at 1.45, that sporting event to happen, basically. Okay, so before I go for that, guys, here's a gentle reminder. Take 1 second of your time, guys. Hit that like button for the culture. Everyone takes 1 second to do that, and it's free of charge. And if you're the first time coming across the channel, you've been here, you've not done that, we're inviting you to take 1 second of your time also to hit that subscribe button to become a part of this community of what we like to call savvy sports traders that we're building on here, so you can be part of us, and everyone, please turn your notification bells on. It will help when we post something of value on the channel. You will miss out on important updates as we go on this journey. All right, next sporting events between Estoril and Estrella Amadora. Has a situation report about this one before we tell you what the safe market option is, or before we tell you what our peak is in that sporting event today.
The Liga Portugal season kicks off this week with Estoril hosting Estrela at Estadio Antonio Coimbra da Mota. Two teams with very different ambitions. Estoril want to push for Europe, while Estrela are fighting to avoid relegation. Preseason form. Estoril's preseason form has been worrying. They lost 4 of 6 friendlies and struggled to score, failing to find the net against Millwall and Nottingham despite fielding key players. Those performances raise red flags ahead of the opener. Defensive focus from Estrella. Estrella, on the other hand, have been rock-solid when it comes to low-scoring games. They went under 2.5 goals in 3 of 4 preseason matches, and last season that trend held strong. They kept games tight in 68% of their league outings. Away from home, Estrella's attack was almost non-existent, managing just 6 goals in 17 matches. Prediction. With Estoril's shaky offense and Estrella's defensive focus, expect a cagey, low-scoring battle. Under 2.5 goals looks like the safest bet for this clash.
That we have there, we'll be going with an under 2.5 goals to be seen in our sporting event today, and that's priced at 1.78 odd for your information or your use. Next sporting event is the game between Porto and Victoria Gomiares. Very, very interesting sporting event today too. And here's the situation report about that one. Should you, be looking to back it today?
All eyes will be on Estadio do Dragão this Monday as FC Porto kick off their Primeira Liga campaign against Vitória de Guimarães. Porto are strong favourites, but Vitória come in confident after securing a draw the last time these teams met. Recent form and head-to-head. Vitória showed in preseason they can frustrate tough opponents and have lost just once in their last 7 away games. However, beating Porto on their home turf remains a tall order. Porto are on a 3-match winning streak and have a solid record against Vitória. Prediction. Expect a tight, competitive game with Porto edging a 2-1 win at home.
The report that we have there will be going with the home team to win in this one today, and that's priced at 1.59 that sporting event. All right, so next sporting event we have between Trabzonspor and Kocaelispor, right? And here's the situation report about that one to help you make that decision you need to make today as far as that's concerned, if you find it interesting.
Next weekend, the Turkish Super League season kicks off with the final game of the first round at Papara Park, where Trabzonspor will host Kocaelispor. Both teams enter with very different objectives, Trabzonspor aiming to rejoin the top 4, while Kocaelispor's main focus is to avoid relegation. Recent form and attack. Both sides showed promising attacking form in the preseason. Trabzonspor scored 9 goals across their last 4 matches, while Kocaelispor netted 7 goals in just 2 games. This attacking prowess suggests a potentially entertaining encounter. Head-to-head insight. Importantly, the last 3 meetings between Trabzonspor and Kocaelispor have all seen over 2.5 goals, signaling that goals are likely in this fixture once again. Prediction. Expect an open game with plenty of goal-scoring opportunities. Backing over 2.5 goals looks like the safest bet for the Super League curtain raiser at Papara Park.
The report that we have there, we think that over 2.5 goals will check out in this sporting event today, and that's what we're backing, and that's priced at 1.80 that sporting event. Next is the game between Armines and Reims, and has a situation report about this one before we tell you what peak is as far as we are concerned.
An exciting game awaits on Monday evening at Stade de l'Olicon in Amiens, where Amiens SC will host Reims for match day 1 of the 2025-26 French Second Division campaign. Although the bookies see the host as underdogs, Les Licons' recent form at home, with 4 consecutive wins, cannot be overlooked. Form and expectations. Both sides had inconsistent preseasons, making it difficult to pick a clear winner. The visitors have managed just 1 clean sheet in their last 13 games across all competitions, while the hosts have kept as many in their last 8 matches. Recent meetings between the two teams have also tended to be entertaining. Betting tip. Considering these factors, an over 2.5 goals bet looks like the safest option for this fixture.
That we have there, we're going with over 2.5 goals in this one to be seen. We think that, there will be a lot of goals here. So this is priced at 2.10 odd, and that's a big chance of happening. Very valuable odd there. So the last sporting event we have is the game between Juventude and Corinthians, and has a situation report about that one to help you make that decision today.
Corinthians travel to face second from bottom Juventude on Tuesday at Estadio Alfredo Joconi in a Brasileiro clash shaped by contrasting ambitions. Current form. Neither side can be fully trusted at the moment. Juventude are trapped in a tough 4-game losing streak, while Corinthians come into the game with 4 matches without a win, 3 of which ended in draws. Both teams have struggled to find the net recently, Juventus scoring only once in their last 4 league games, and Corinthians managing just 1 goal across their last 11 matches. Game outlook. Given their lack of offensive threat and fragile form, both sides are likely to approach the game cautiously, prioritizing defense to avoid further setbacks. This suggests a tightly contested battle where a single goal could decide the
Now,
outcome.
that we have there, we think that under 2.5 goals will be the way to go if you're looking at backing this one as our peak, basically. So these are the sporting events we have for you guys. We've just shared to you for you to also be able to make better informed decisions from and be able to beat the odds in the long run from. All right, guys. So that being said, we've just left this out here for you. You have to do your due diligence by listening to the insights and go with the ones that you agree with, the ones that appeal to you. Join our Telegram community, like I said earlier, for live bets, which will be mostly with these sporting events that we've just shared to you guys today. And that's why we talk about being a community of savvy sports traders. So you want to go ahead and watch this video, watch these reviews, insights to the end, so you're aware. And when we post those live slips, if those are events that you think will happen, you can go ahead to do that. Especially when you're live, you must have had an edge, seeing that you have data about that sporting event in the live section. And factors that can affect this outcome of the events can be reduced greatly. Talk about that game between Bochum and Evergreen yesterday. Had a red card, and I saw it when they had a red card at 0-0 that was priced at 1.50. But my network was a problem. I couldn't take advantage of that factor that was affecting that event, and I ended in the 2-0 scoreline. So that's kind of thing we're looking at in the Telegram community. So you want to head on there and join us to get more free tips and live bets basically as well. Okay, so that'll be all, guys. Like I said, note that there are factors that can affect the outcome of this event. You have factors like VAR is one of those. You could have red cards, own goals being scored, penalty kicks awarded, injury and fitness concerns. Are a few of those key factors that can affect the outcome of this event. And also note that information shared here is just shared to help you make better informed decisions and increase your chances. We do not in any way promise you any huge financial turnaround, and this is not financial advice of any sort. Please take note of that, guys. Okay, and so that'll be all for now, guys. We'll see you again in the next episode. I remain yours truly, H to the double O, with odds be in our favor always, guys. Peace out.